Well, it's January, there's a storm outside, and Hot Toys seem to be releasing absolutely every freaking figure that I didn't order. So what did I decide to do? Well, I might as well show you the toy haul that I have got so far since the 1st of January 2020. Okay, this is not an exhaustive list of figures that I've got since the 1st of January. There are a couple more, but this is the main bulk of the things that I got. And most of it is all pretty self-explanatory. None of it is 1/6 scale. Well, actually, I lie. That's 1/6 scale, but it's not a 1/6 scale figure. It's actually a 1/6 scale statue. But it's still something that I was looking for ages, and it was only because Weta Workshop were doing a sale that I decided to literally go and pick this up, simply because I really wanted it. And there's a little cheeky story behind that as well. But these are the things that I actually wanted to get. This is the Ultimate Sam NECA from Trick or Treat. I really like this figure. I genuinely, absolutely love it. There's a whole load of head sculpts that come with it. You get loads of accessories. You even get his little lollipop here. That's really cool. I really like the design of the arms where the sort of clothing meets, but then the recess in here is actually still clothing, but it's a bit smaller than the others. So when you do that, it can bend in. You can get just more than 90-degree bend on the hand. There is no real torso articulation, which is a shame, but you can get the legs up pretty well. And there is a bend in the knee, but it's not a massive bend in the knee. You can see it get about much. But he's not a very animated character. Doesn't like do extreme posing or anything like that. One of his main sort of MOs is to stand there and just sort of stare at you really creepily. And you can see he actually has I say 4 different head sculpts, including that one. He also has 2 different pumpkins. This is just a nice simple one. And I think I seem to have quite a lot of pumpkins in my collection now. But also you get this really cool pumpkin here. You can see, press that and it lights up, and that's awesome. I really like all these light up pumpkins everyone's doing. These small sort of LED circuit boards that they created are genuinely changing the game for action figures, because you can just get so many light up features into very small figures now. It's amazing. You can see he comes with all his little accessories, including a chocolate bar Stanley blade knife. Whoops. And he comes with his little sack that he drags around. This is all very nicely sculpted. The only thing I will say is that the supposed blood that's supposed to be on the bag doesn't really look very bloody. Just looks like some, I don't know, some horrible little dirty brown staining, rather than the red, because there was actually sort of like soaked blood into it, because when he's dragging this around in the film you can hear a cat or something inside. I really like the way they've sculpted the suit here with the little patches on, and they've really weathered it up very nice. It's pretty cool. I do have the retro cloth version coming, but it hasn't arrived yet. Welcome to the world of UK collecting, where they seem to get everything bloody last. I'll just have to show off this Marvel Legends Gambit, because this is an absolutely lovely looking figure. I was really surprised by this when I got it. How great this looks. The coat really flows really nice, and it's very flexible as well. It's far more flexible than a lot of their older coats used to be. And he's got a really cool pose there. He looks awesome. And he also comes with some card throwing hands, which is really nice. And I think overall it's a really great sculpt. I also have the Revoltech Gambit, and I have to say this guy is comparable to that more expensive Revoltech figure. He really is. I actually think for your money this is actually a better choice than the Revoltech. But then the Revoltech has that sort of ability to do extreme posing and stuff, which kind of works a little better. It also has a little bit more of an anime style, so you might or might not like that more. But obviously if you got 20 quid you could do a hell of a lot worse than this Marvel Legends Gambit, I promise you. Now you might be wondering why I've got the MPM Bumblebee down here, but this isn't actually the MPM Bumblebee, and you can tell very easily because of the windows. The windows on the MPM Bumblebee is actually like a sort of translucent blue, but these are very clear, and that's because this is actually the KO of that figure. I believe, let me get the instruction book here. It's the LS07 deformation figure. Now it's very similar to the MPM. I think it's actually a little bit larger. And I did own the MPM Bumblebee, but I think I sold it because I was getting the 3.0 version, and I didn't think I needed a load of bumblebees in my collection. But then I remembered this guy was available on AliExpress, really cheap as well, especially if you don't buy it with its box. You know, you can actually get it for a real stunningly cheap price. So I figured I'd pick it up and give it a go, and I'm really impressed by this thing. I mean, it's just as complicated to transform as the NPM, but I genuinely really like what they've done with this. It is a shame that I didn't go with the blue windows, because then it hides all that sort of robotic stuff inside, but that's not too big a deal, and it obviously doesn't fit together as tightly. But then I found that the NPM Bumblebee was actually just as difficult to put together and didn't always come together properly, very similar to this, and both have their pros and cons, but genuinely I actually really like this thing overall. So I was very happy to get that. I quite like Bumblebee. I think it's fair to say he's my favourite Transformer. But obviously I got that Optimus Prime 3.0 figure as well. I've already shown you that, so I don't need to show it again. But wow, that thing is stunning. The engineering on those 3.0 Transformers is amazing. I am very, very tempted to go all out on that entire range. But obviously we've got the NECA Ninja Turtles, the cartoon versions that came out, the 2-packs. This one's Mikey, and he comes with the Foot Clan soldier. But you also get this one here. These were part of I got a whole load of Amazon gift vouchers for Christmas. I didn't know what to get with them, so I got the Mikey 2-pack, and then I got the Leonardo 2-pack. So you've got Leo and Shredder there, and then hopefully at the end of the month I will pick up Raphael and I will pick up Donatello, and then I've got the whole range. And then I'll just wait for Bebop and Rocksteady to release over here in the UK, which, you know, will probably be about March time. Yeah, it takes that long. So once they all get released, I'll have the whole lot, and it will look fantastic. But these are so well painted, quite amazing pieces. I really like the way they did the shell. They did some awesome belt work. They got all these little black lines in, so make it look very cartoonish. There's such a great style to these, and I really, really like what they did. And I know you can get these Foot Clan figures before, but these are stunning. These are excellent. And when you get the other one with it, you have 2 foot soldiers. It's all going to work together to look superb. But he comes with a ton of accessories as well, including the controversial grappling hook that I hated as a kid, because as the cartoon went on later on in the series, they just ended up using grappling hooks everywhere and just not their weapons, and it used to tick me off so much. But he also comes with this really cool little turtle intercom that opens up, and these are just fabulously painted. I'd say these are the ultimate 90s turtles you can get. I did get the Playmate versions as well when they came out, and then they were on sale in loads of places in the UK, so they were very easy to pick up. So I gladly grabbed the whole set of them. So I got Leo, Mike, Donnie and Raph, and they were really great. My brother also got me these as well, but I didn't show them here. But these are obviously the traditional versioned turtles, and he fed me a line on that one. But yeah, these are the KOs for definite, but they are very, very nice. Honestly, there isn't much difference between those KOs and the official. So, you know, if you felt sad that you missed out, don't, because these guys are really, really good, and they are very close to the original. So if you get a chance, snap them up. Next up, we've got Revoltech Harley Quinn, and this one is really great. I absolutely love this. The extreme posing you can do on this girl is amazing, and you can actually have 3 different facial expressions. But not only that, the eyes are movable as well with a little tool, so you can take the face off and you can turn the eyes. And what I really like to do with Harley is have her have a slightly squinted eye, just one slightly wonky eye than the other. Not much, but just a little. And that always tends to add to the sort of factor of her being a little bit off key type thing. I really like the way they've done all the design here. You can pull the belt down and hide some of the joints. It's very hard to get her to stand straight though, because these Revoltechs are designed to be extreme posed. So if you stand there and actually just try and put them to, you know, stand straight up, they always look bandy-legged and things like that. So you're better off going with a big jumping sort of expressive poses. And that's what's really good about the Revoltechs, because you can get these arms really up and you can have her doing super amazing poses. You can have her hands pretty much go any way you so wish. The paint apps are fantastic and the accessories are great. I'm having so much fun with this figure, it's unbelievable. I'm not sure if it's my most favourite Revoltech to date. I still like the Revoltech Wolverine. That's still a great fun figure to pose. Also the Deadpool, he's always a good laugh to pose. But they have been getting better and better with these figures as they go on, and less abstract. And they're actually getting closer to something that looks like a normal action figure, rather than the really sort of hyper stylized version of, like, say, Deadpool and Spider-Man that they originally did. And then of course I got this for Christmas. This is my Ed 209 from NECA. I really like it. Obviously it's not a super posable figure, but it looks really nice. One of the only issues I've got is maybe the bluey grey of the plastic is a little bit pearlescent, a little bit more pearlescent than I would like. I always remember it being a lot more sort of flat matte, sort of painted greyish. So the fact that it's got a sort of pearlescent sheen adds to the sort of plasticky nature of it. I mean, it's obviously going to be that. They obviously cast it in that sort of pearlescent bluey grey plastic. But it would be nice to be able to get something a little bit more screen accurate. But it is an absolutely lovely piece. And I had a choice between that or the NECA Power Loader. My wife did a 50-50 coin toss between the Ed 209 and the Power Loader, and then she just she went with the Ed 209, and I'm really happy with it. I am looking to get the Power Loader anyway, because, you know, I'm addicted. I have a problem. But yeah, hopefully I'll be able to pick that up soon. These are all, obviously these ain't 1/6 scale, which is why I haven't done video review on each of them. But also at the same time, there's loads of video reviews of that, loads of video reviews of that, loads of video reviews of that. This guy's had a ton of them, and the only thing that I think hasn't had a ton of reviews, or not that I've noticed anyway, is this Weta Workshop figure. So I'm going to move these all out of the way, and then I'm going to pull this forward and we'll have a look at it. Okay, one of my favourite Christmas films of recent years is the movie Krampus. I don't know if you've seen it, but a lot of people really like it, and I'm a big fan of it now. I think it's a fantastic film. It's very comparable to Gremlins in that it is a Christmas movie, it has horror elements, and it just has that sort of tongue-in-cheek fun about it. And this character here was the cherub, and if you recall, this little diorama here is based around the sort of attic with the cracked mirror here and the boxes and stuff that you find her in the movie. And I have to say, Weta Workshop have done an amazing job on this design. They designed some of the creatures from the film, and it is absolutely stunning. You can see all this sculpting design in here, and they've even got all the little nails in the back here. They've done this sort of really cool sort of weathered base here with Krampus written on the front, it's written on the back, and he also has some of the symbols from the bell in the movie. There's a little bell in it, don't worry. If you haven't seen it, go watch the movie, it's fantastic. And there's all this lovely sculpting design in this veil here on the cherub. It's all matted and horrible, lots of holes damaged. There's a sort of real sort of nice little detailed sculpting in here, very nicely painted. Let's have a look at the back of those wings. You can see all the little feathers, all lovely sculpted in. Beautiful in its grotesqueness, I think, is the best way to describe it. You can see this really damaged feather here. Looks very realistic. Let me come in, we'll turn around, we can see sculpted in these bits of holly and berries into her hair. She's got that weird fucked up symbol. Sort of really sort of cracked porcelain doll look to her, with a dislocated jaw that opens up. You can see they're sculpted in those horrible sort of talon-like hands. The details, and you can see the symbol superbly detailed. Yeah, look at that. I really like that. Then the weathered and battered and torn dress that she wears, plus also more sort of talon style feet there at the bottom. And if you flip her up, you can actually see under the dress, and they've sculpted all that in as well. I'm not going to pull it off to show you there, but yeah, it is so well detailed. And this is actually 1/6 scale. This was advertised as a 1/6 scale figure, so I was looking forward to getting it. I didn't realise it was going to be a statue, but Weta had a big sale on, and it was amazing. But the little cheeky story behind this is that when it arrived, I'd forgotten I ordered it, and my wife said to me, "You've got a package. What is it?" And I was just like, "Oh shit! Should I have spent money on that? Oh crap!" So I said, "Oh well, it's a Christmas decoration that turned up late." She was like, "Oh okay then, all right." So when I got home, I started to open it, and I said, "I'm going to show you what it is." So I opened it up and I showed her what it is, and within an instant she was like, "No fucking way are you putting that in our living room for Christmas. No fucking way is that being displayed, because it's horrible," she said, "but it's like, no way are you showing this in our Christmas display in the living room." And I was like, "Oh man, but it's really nice. Look at it, a nice little statue for the Christmas decorations." And she was like, "Oh, I'm not having it. Get it out. I'm not having it in our Christmas display." And I went, "Oh, that's disappointing. Well, I guess I could, theoretically just, put it in my collection room, I guess." And she went, "Yes, do that. Put it away. Put it in the collection room." And I was like, oh okay, dear. I'll do that. Yeah. So blag. Yeah, I managed to blag that one pretty well. So yeah, this went in the collection room. Shh. Don't tell my wife that story. She will kick my ass. But yeah, that's it really. I'm very tempted to go back and see what else Weta has in their sale, because this is fantastic. And I think they have the evil sort of elves. They have one of the evil elves statues as well for sale. But this was like, I remember putting this in the basket about a year ago, and I was about to click buy it now, and I can't remember why I didn't, but I just remember thinking, probably should save my money, there's more figures coming out. So I did. So I didn't end up buying this thing. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Weta Workshop were having a sale. So I went back to take a look, and this was like a third of the price, if not even more. This was like £120 when it was first advertised. It was about 120 plus shipping. And then I think I ended up getting this for, I think, £60 in the end, plus shipping and taxes and all that. I ended up paying a little bit more money for the import tax, but it was about £60, and I was willing to shell out nearly 150 on it in the end. So I sometimes if you bide your time and sit on something long enough, it will go down in price. But the risk could have been they actually sold out of these, so there was always a risk to that. But I managed to sit and wait, and then when it went on sale, I was like, boom, having that, yes please. So yeah, go have a look at the Weta Workshop website. You might actually find something you really like. I know they do a lot of Lord of the Rings stuff, obviously, but I think they do Krampus, and I'm not entirely sure what else they do. They have different properties, different movies. So yeah, have a look at them and see what you can get. But that's it, guys. That was a small toy haul collection. I got the Ninja Turtles, we got Sam, we got Gambit, we got this crazy looking cherub figure, we got Ed 209. But yeah, I'm just waiting for other 1/6 scales to drop. I've got Ant-Man on pre-order, I've got Wasp on pre-order, I've got Gamora on pre-order, I've got Nebula on pre-order, and I've got pretty much all of Endgame except for maybe the War Machines. Other than that, I think I've almost pre-ordered everything from Endgame. I've also pre-ordered Hellboy. I also pre-ordered Alita Battle Angel. I really hope they drop that one soon, because that will be fantastic. And I do have some more HC Toys reviews coming, so keep an eye on the channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, click subscribe, guys. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe, because I've got more videos coming up on the channel very, very soon. Now, if you could do me a favour now, if you can get the fuck out of my cave. I'm actually really running out of space. I don't know where I'm going to put everything. This is going to be a real dilemma, guys, because I think certain things are either going to have to be sold or put away. And yeah, that's going to be a painful choice. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.